Hi guys, we'll run the usual embargo please for 10:30 this evening, and any questions in Spanish we take before the embargo. Well, Mike's.
Good afternoon, Pep. If I could just begin with some team news. Sergio Aguero, what's the latest on him? Is he fit for this weekend? Or?
No. Hopefully next one, but this game, no, he's not fit.
And we know that David Silva has trained this week. What's the situation with David?
Yesterday was the first training session. So again, I don't know, we will be ready tomorrow.
He's not ready tomorrow?
No, for the action in the semi-final in the FA Cup is still not perfect.
And when you're looking at this Premier League table, how important would it be perhaps to get third spot and avoid pre-qualifying for the Champions League, to go straight in the group stage?
It's still in our hands. So if we're able to win the 4 games, like it's so complicated because we did it once in that season, in the beginning of the season, we're not able to win 4 games in a row. So because I know how tough is Crystal Palace, we're able to win Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, so Leicester, the last champion, West Brom with Tony Pulis, so it's complicated. So, but it's in our hands, and we will see we're able to make our step forward to qualify. You know, if we win all 4 games, we'll be definitely in the Champions League, maybe in the third position. So it depends on us, but our competition in our home games was not perfect that season. Of course, we have to change it, and then 3 games you want to play in Europe next season.
Yes, Pep, I was going to ask you about that. How much of an advantage is it that you have these next 3 games at home? And you just alluded to there some of the issues you've had with picking up points.
But definitely I prefer to play at home away. It doesn't matter what happened in that season. And hopefully we can play with the same enthusiasm that our fans have away and at home and win the games.
And Crystal Palace, the quality that they've shown in recent weeks, I know the Burnley result aside, but the quality they've got, including Christian Benteke, who's just been nominated to be Player of the Month.
Well, Crystal Palace and the way they play, his manager Sam Allardyce, so above a huge quality in their strikers with Zaha, Townsend and Benteke, even with the midfield players, is a typical quality. You cannot press long balls, second balls, throw-ins, corners, free kicks. But when they arrive the second ball with Zaha, Townsend, the other one, they are so dangerous. When they cross in the box, Benteke is one of the strongest players in the box in the world, not just in the Premier League. So it will be so tough in that sense. So you cannot press. They don't let them press. It's long balls. You have to be good to controlling the second balls, and of course try to dominate and create our chances. So they defend well. They are good in the set pieces. They are good in the counter-attack. It's not a strength. So they were able to win against 3 amazing teams in the Premier League on top in the league, like Arsenal, Liverpool and Chelsea, and not 3 years ago. So it was on the corner. So, but of course we have to understand how important is the next steps, the next 2 weeks for that club and for us.
Pep, can you understand why your team has been so inconsistent? You started the league with that run of victories. You've had other good runs, and then you have runs where you don't win that many matches. Can you understand how that happens with the same group of players?
Now, for consistency, in the beginning of the years, in the first 2 months, and after that, all the season were inconsistency. So the team was more inconsistency than consistency, because in the boxes we were not good. So in that league, where everything happened in the boxes. So in other leagues, the people take care of the process. In the middle, the people play in the middle. Here, the middle doesn't happen anything. Go there and there and there. So in there, we were not strong. So that's why we suffered that season.
Has it surprised you that nothing does happen in the middle?
No.
Have you been able to make more happen? Because your game is about keeping...
Yeah, no surprise, because I was a fan from the Premier League before, when I was a teenager, when I was an adult, and when I was a football player, and when I was a manager. And when I saw on my sofa, watching the games in the Premier League, I immediately realized how they play here. It's our culture, it's your culture. Sorry, it's your culture. You create the football, and all your careers, all your history, you play in that way. So that's why we have to adapt And I knew that before I came here, and now I realize when I am here.
Pep, you mentioned Palace and their ability to beat big teams. Does that make this even more of a concern then, that they can lose to Burnley but they've beaten the big teams, so to come here they might be on their game again?
No, it doesn't matter what happened, the result against Burnley, because I saw the game, and they play in the same way they play against the top team, so it doesn't matter the result. So what happened in the... So Sam Allardyce is a top coach, is able to get teams in the bad situations, and they are simple, clear, and what they do perfect. What they do is chapeau. So it doesn't matter what do you want to do when you convince the players and they take a result. So what they have done. So when they took over the team, it was in a bad situation and was able to make a big result, and especially in the last period. And of course, it's already done. So it's already next season will be in the Premier League, and but for tomorrow, for our side, so it's so important.
Given your injury problems, how important will Gabriel Jesus be now for the final few games?
But of course, it was important the last 2 weeks. So I would have preferred to play with Sergio together, because our lack of goals in that season, both we could win adjusting something. It's the first time the last game we played with two strikers. So we would have need a little bit adjust, but it's not easy, complicated to do that. And of course, our lack of goals that season would have been better. But of course, we have him, we have Kelly, and we have another players to try to score goals.
Hi, Pep. Could I also just check on John Stones and Claudio Bravo? How are they?
Both are out.
When do you expect to see either of them back?
Claudio is not coming back until next season, and John maybe in the last games.
Anyone English for the embargo? Just say them, please.
Molt bé. Aquest any heu batut el rècord de punts jugant fora de casa, no sé què et diu aquesta dada, i et volia preguntar també que ara us venen 3 partits seguits jugant aquí a casa i tots contra equips de la meitat de la taula. No sé si creus que són el tipus de partits que us poden encallar més.
No hi ha masses diferències, he trobat masses diferències entre els grans teams i els equips mitjans. No crec que diguem els grans teams contra els grans equips hem jugat pitjor que amb els petits i hem tret millors resultats. Tots els partits han sigut complicats, amb els de dalt, amb els de meitat com amb els de baix. Inesperat, en principi, pensava que a casa ho tindria més fàcil que fora i curiosament ha sigut al revés. Aquestes coses passen, intentarem mantenir l'any que ve aquest nivell fora i evidentment millorar a casa. A casa hem deixat molts punts.
So Man City has got the record of points away this season. What does that statistics tell you? Well, it was a little bit unexpected. I thought at home it would be easier than away, but it was the other way around. So sometimes that happens. We will try to keep our record next season away and try to improve at home. And considering that the next 3 games are at home and against teams from the medium of the table, how difficult is going to be that? What type of game do you expect? Well, I don't think there's many difference between the top of league games and the medium of the table games. I think we play well against all kind of teams, and I think every team is really difficult in this competition, in this league.
Hola. No sé si estáis esperando a que acabe la temporada o ya te has sentado con Chiqui Beristain para planificar la próxima. Y en ese sentido, por las dificultades que existen con el filial, ¿tienes la sensación de que este equipo ha sido largo o corto?
¿De plantilla? No, ha estado bien. Hemos tenido muy pocas lesiones, por tanto hemos tenido mucha gente, nunca nos hemos encontrado con 17, 18 jugadores, no. Todos los entrenadores y directores deportivos del club desde hace ya tiempo hablan para planificar la próxima temporada y nosotros no somos una excepción.
Are you gonna wait for the end of the season, or are you already talking or sitting with Chiqui to plan the next season? And do you think your squad this season was long or short? I think it was long enough. We were lucky because we have few injuries, and we always have enough players to compete in every game. And I think every director of football, manager in every team in Europe are already sit with their managers, executives to plan next season.
Okay, guys, run the embargo, please, for 10:30 on tonight.